G'day everybody and welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host as always, Star Cub, and on today's agenda, I thought I'd do an easy and simple one, and that is a news update for y'all. I thought I'd go with something different this time, as you know, I'd like to keep everyone up to date, and that is something that I have dreamed would happen and still to this day hopefully it gets done, and that is, and I know I'm late to this and other YouTubers have covered this, but that is Ridley Scott is possibly working on another Alien film. Whether that is a sequel to Alien Covenant, it's unclear at this point, but I've got a good feeling that it is, possibly, although he is an executive producer on Alien Romulus, so what better way to go than to be an executive producer on Alien Romulus 2, obviously, but we may get the third film in his whole Alien prequel series, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and now finally the sequel to Alien Covenant, which is just absolutely amazing. There's several news sources that have covered all different aspects of what possibly might go down and how it's happening and the go with it. And I got several sources from Screen Rant, Gizmodo, Joe Blow, ComingSoon.net, Collider, MSN, Fangoria, MovieWeb, Comic Book Resources, and Looper. Now, one that I'm going to cover is from Screen Rant, and the title of it is Ridley Scott's Alien sequel tease confirms 12 years of waiting is finally over. Now, I'm gonna flash that up in segments for people to read, but I will read a little bit myself, and basically it covers what possibly could go down if he is indeed doing another Alien project, which we definitely know he is, but whether or not that is Alien Romulus 2 or finally getting the sequel to Alien Covenant that I know so many fans want for Ridley Scott to finish his prequel series out. I would love for him to finish it out. I really would. And with Fede Alvarez's Alien Romulus being so damn successful, it really has given Ridley Scott now the starting point to finish it, to really get in there and finish it, and let's get this prequel series finished. Because honestly, I really want to see how he envisioned the prequel series leading into Alien, which I think is perfect. So Ridley Scott has already hinted that his new Alien movie can finally finish the prequel trilogy he started with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. After the box office success of Alien Romulus, 20th Century Fox confirmed that Ridley Scott would direct a new Alien film. Yes! So excited. It will be the first time Scott has directed an Alien film since Alien Covenant, which was released in 2017, as Romulus was directed by Fede Alvarez. Not only will it be Scott's directorial return, it could also give him a chance to finish the story he started 12 years ago with 2012's Prometheus. Ridley Scott originally planned to make a sequel to Alien Covenant, but the movie was quietly cancelled. As such, Covenant ends on a cliffhanger, and many of the things it and Prometheus set up, from the engineers to David's maniacal plans, I'm tongue-tied today, were never resolved. Alien Covenant serves as the second part of a trilogy that was never finished, but a new interview from Ridley Scott suggests it may not stay that way for much longer. His new Alien movie could mean that the story of Prometheus and Covenant will finally be resolved. That is that is fantastic. I really want him to finish it out. I really would. Although what bugs me the most about it is the fact that I don't know. I really want him to not focus on David so much. David was a very, very sore point for me in Alien Covenant. And I really think that he needs to go away from that, and, you know, all these, you know, speculation and rumors and, you know, confirmations that David was the one that created the xenomorph. And I don't think that's true. And I don't think it was ever intended to be that way at all. Because Prometheus sets up that the xenomorph species that we know has been around long before David ever created them. So, you know, there's a lot of contradicting stuff that suggests that David was the one in Covenant that created the alien species, the xenomorphs, and I just don't think that's true. I think he mixed and matched and tried to perfect the organism, the perfect organism, and makes a type of xenomorph, but it's not the one that we've come to learn, you know, in the original Alien and Aliens and all of that. So I don't think he's the progenitor of the xenomorph race at all. I don't think he is. I refuse to believe that, because that just makes no goddamn sense that an android would create the perfect organism, because then it makes no sense with how Prometheus was set up, that the so-called engineers that were on the planet were worshipping some sort of what looked like a deacon, a mix between a deacon and a xenomorph, the early version of what we come to learn as a xenomorph. So there's a lot of contradicting things, and Covenant really just confuses. Although I love Covenant in its own way, I love Covenant, don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of contradicting things about David in the second one that really did not sit well, and the fact that Noomi Rapace's character is dead in the second one. We find out that her character is Elizabeth Shaw is already dead. He killed her, so it was sad to see that, because I really wanted to see her in the sequel. Really wanted to see her enact everything that she had started in Prometheus, and never got that. So that was disappointing, and I'm kind of pissed off that Ridley Scott went that way. But we'll see how he plays it out. In an interview with James Hibbard of The Hollywood Reporter, Ridley Scott talked about the Alien franchise as a whole, and some of his comments hinted at his plans for the series. While talking about whether Alien Covenant or Alien Romulus would get a sequel, Scott said he thought Covenant set up a continuation better. And this is the excerpt. Covenant is the better one for a sequel because it leaves the girl in the cryopod, and David has alien eggs and 2,000 colonists hanging around. It is a perfect beginning. Interesting. Scott's opinion that Covenant laid the best groundwork for a sequel, coupled with the fact that he's making another Alien movie, seems to all but confirm that his film will be a sequel to Covenant. He clearly still thinks there's a lot of potential in David and Daniel's story, and it would make sense for him to return to the franchise to finish a story he actually wants to tell. Along with his passion, his next movie would give Scott a chance to show why he began his prequel story with Prometheus in the first place. Ridley Scott's upcoming Alien movie ends what he started with Prometheus. Prometheus started a massive undertaking in 2012, showing the mysterious origins of the xenomorphs. Alien Covenant got to continue that goal and show more of David's research and experiments, but Ridley Scott never finished his prequel story. There are still so many unanswered questions from Prometheus and Alien Covenant, a whole truckload, and Ridley Scott's upcoming movie can finally answer them. For example, the new Alien movie can finally explain who the engineers were, what happened after David and Daniels reached Origar 6, and if his xenomorphs are really the ones that the Nostromo crew and Ripley first encountered in the original film. No, I don't think they are. way off base there, but that's just my opinion. Aside from the questions Scott's new film can answer about the franchise at large, however, the new movie can finally finish his prequel story. Scott had a vision for his prequel films, and while it may not have come to fruition in the way he wanted, Prometheus and Covenant were part of that vision. His new movie can finally give Scott his chance to finish Prometheus and Covenant's story and give a resolution to the characters and world he's created. Plus, it could become quite important to the future of Alien as a whole. Yeah, it very much could be. And then there's more from Screen Rant. The next one is how Ridley Scott's Covenant sequel fits into the Alien franchise's future. So there's more there. You know what? We'll just finish it out. While Ridley Scott's next film is in the works, there are several other Alien spin-off shows and movies in development as well. Luckily, a sequel to Alien Covenant would fit in extremely well with them. Alien Romulus is likely to get a sequel in the coming years, since it already had a connection to Prometheus, as Alien Romulus's offspring was created with Prometheus's black goo. It would be very easy to tie the sequels together. Further, the upcoming show Alien Earth will likely dive even deeper into the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, which should make the setup Ridley Scott's movies established even more important. As new Alien projects continue to expand the franchise's universe, Ridley Scott's origin story is only going to become more of a cornerstone. At the time of writing, the questions that Prometheus and Covenant left unanswered make a lot of things about Alien, like the xenomorphs and engineers, quite confusing. Scott's new movie has an opportunity to fill the gaps of the Alien timeline extremely well and make the entire franchise more cohesive and coherent. Clearing up the origins of the franchise could even make it possible to explore even further into the future of Alien, which would make the sequel to Covenant extremely important. Wow, that's a lot to take in, and I only seen this article a couple of days ago and reading it a couple of times, and myself, I had to just keep going over it and over it. There's a lot to dig into with that, and it really does show that more than likely Alien Romulus will get a sequel, because you know that it's been confirmed. But now that Ridley Scott's next film is an Alien project film, could it possibly be the sequel to Covenant? He could be working on something different, could be working on another Alien film, but something completely separate. We don't know. But my hope is that he is definitely working on the Covenant sequel that we all want, all the fans of Alien want. Me being a huge fan of Prometheus, I really want the story. I really want his prequel trilogy to be finished. I really do, because Prometheus was an amazing film, even though it was very, very divided among fans, and lots of unanswered questions and stuff like that. What was cut? What was, left? All that sort of stuff, like stuff that was cut out, stuff that could have been added in, stuff that could have gone down different directions and set up whole different other things and explain things a whole lot more better. But I believe Prometheus' story, is what it was telling, is it really does leave you with it really does make you question the answers itself. Like, do we want that answer? Do we want this answer? Do we want that answer? As enigmatic as Alien was, and the, fossilized engineer creature in the original Alien that had everyone speculating where the fuck it came from all those fucking years ago, there was so much mystery and aura around it. And then when Prometheus came along in 2012, it was explaining what that said creature was. It didn't quite match what he had set up, what was set in Alien, that creature being so much bigger than the engineers that we see in Prometheus. But there's all this speculation that the ones that are actually in Prometheus weren't engineers themselves at all. They're not the creature that's fossilized in the chair. That could be a twist. There's so much to speculate. There's so much to go. There's so much that Prometheus and Covenant have set up. But I know some of the things is confusing. And David creating the xenomorphs in the second one, you know, it confuses a lot of people. And that, although I know that I'm not confused, and I definitely know David is not the one that created the xenomorph at all, and that you can tell that from watching Prometheus and the mural and what they see in the temple in Prometheus, the big temple mound. You get the sense that that xenomorph creature has been around way before David ever created them. So created a type of xenomorph, not the perfect organism, you know, if people believe that. But, you know, it's very, very interesting. It brings up a lot of things now, and I think I need to go and watch Prometheus again, because this just got me go. This just made me go, there's so much more with Prometheus than you think, and I want to dive deeper into it. But I really wanted to get this one out and cover it, because Prometheus, Alien Covenant are great films, although Alien Covenant could have gone down so many different holes and could have been a lot better than what it was. Prometheus is the better film, I believe. Anyway, Prometheus. Alien Covenant is a great film, but leaves a lot of lingering questions and a lot of confusing questions as to, you know, David's experiments and all of that, and how he created a type of xenomorph. It is very, very confusing. And I think he focused way too much on David, and how, you know, that whole android aspect of it. No, I get that, but honestly, it does leave a very confusing timeline as to now with the final film in this trilogy. How does it all tie into the original film? Is David's alien creations the one that is in the original film that we see? Or is it not? I believe it's not. You can totally understand that it's not, because the timeline just doesn't add up, because the ship that we see in the original, the derelict, has been there for obviously what looks like years. The creature is fossilized into the seat and everything. It doesn't add up. It really doesn't. The timeline doesn't add up. So that ship would have had to have been there many years, even before Prometheus, which would make a lot more sense for it to have been fossilized like it is. But I would love to hear from anyone that's an Alien fan and whatnot, what your opinions are, or what you would like to see in a final trilogy film, the third one in Ridley Scott's franchise. Yeah, I would love to hear from y'all. Put it down in the comments below, and thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Everyone brand new to my channel, thanks so much. I really, really appreciate y'all. It has been absolutely fantastic to see new people subscribing, and everyone returning. You know, I all love you and appreciate you. It's been absolutely fantastic, and my other videos have garnered lots of attention, especially the Dragon Age ones, and it's so fascinating to see. I really, really am happy that videos like that are making an impact, are really making an impact, and there's people out there that enjoy it and love it, and that's just great to see. And, you know, for all the haters out there, it's really, really sad that, you know, it at the end of the day, you know, people that didn't like it and stuff like that can be nasty, and that's just sad. But thanks anyway, guys, and I will do some more videos and put some more videos up later on this afternoon. All right, guys, take it easy. Ciao.